Stay. First time in the travel box since last season. Okay, good girl. Good girl. Load up. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. I've just come up to this field, lovely open field on a creance woody in the centre, or away from the trees. But we're going to give him a creance in here with no distractions. I've brought the dog up as well. Another thing to think about is don't just bring enough food out for what you're going to feed your hawk. Always bring more, because you never know what might happen, and you may need to try and coax that hawk back, especially I'm talking about really when you're flying free. So he's a bit unsettled at the moment. He's sitting there looking around. It's a new field, so I'm going to let him chill out for a minute. He might actually bait off there in a second. So this is his second little bit of creance. We just did that tiny little bit in the last video. It was a couple of meters. So I'm just checking it all, make sure everything is good. He's now on the creance. Go a little longer and then show him a whole chick, making sure that I've got control of the creance. But I'm just going to squeeze that chick out because I need weight off of him. So you see there, bigger reward drove him to come over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give him a bit more, but his weight's going to go up. So I'm going to try to get him to go further, just to see what he's going to do now he's had that one and got a taste for it, and he realises that coming to me is giving him food. Good girl. But she needs to come, but he needs to come down in weight.
Steady by my side, with those eyes that never lie, feathers gleam in the golden sun, soaring high as day has begun. In the sky is where you belong. Together we are steady strong.
But that's okay. I'm quite pleased with that, and I feel sure that if he was free now, he'd probably go over there or over there, and I would be following him round and having trouble getting him back. But he would come back, but that's not what we want. We want it to be at the stage where he's going to follow on. So that is still a bit high. So I'll put the leash back in. Reverse order. Quick falconry knot in there, and then we can detach. Let's line up. I think what I'll do today is just use today as a hood training and a reward. Today's the day. Just going to check the telemetry. I've chosen a day where I've got nothing to worry about too much, just in case things don't go quite as planned. But I think it's time to let Woody fly free. And the hawk doesn't really like the creance. I can tell he's a bit wary of it. But he is coming on the creance, so if I have to call him from a tree, he's going to come from a tree. But I'm hoping as the day goes on during this hunt, he's going to get a bit more loyal anyway. As I say, I've got plenty of time. If you're letting your hawk go for the first time free, make sure it is really sharp, straight on that creance. You don't want to delay. You want to offer the food up and he's straight over. And then as time goes on, you can adjust that response, whether you want it a little slower or a little quicker. Things change as you go. Each day you need to read the hawk and adjust. So this is what I use, these over trousers. They just go over my jeans, and this is all Gore-Tex. As you can see by the state of these boots, brambles absolutely shred you. So that's what I'm wearing those, because I think I'll probably get in the brambles today, or there's a possibility. I've got 2 bows on Woody today, one on each anklet. One of these bows will go on his tail, but today we're just getting him out, having his first free flight. I will be making a little buoy for that, and the other bow will go on his tail. The tail bow, if you don't know, is handy when the hawk is sitting in a tree and he gives you a tail wag and you can hear the bell. And the one on the anklet is for when he's moving around. The telemetry has new batteries, everything's tested. So I'm just going to quickly walk the dogs and then take Willow and the hawk and we'll let him go. Good girl. For the farmer, we're sort of trying to deter pigeons, but as I've said many times, they come straight back. But what we're doing today is giving Woody his first free flight. So, hoping that he's going to stay on this edge and we're just going to call him back, but anything could happen. So I've chosen this strip of wood because it is a sort of isolated, but if Woody decides to go over into the woods, which are over there, then we could have a problem. So what I'm hoping to do today is just let him go free and get him straight back. A little bit of food to remind him that I've got it. And away he goes. So I'm just going to test his response. I don't think he's going to be too eager to come straight back. I can't even see him at the moment. That's the trouble this time of year. So much cover on the trees. My test is to see what he's like and how much adjustment we need. Hoping he's going to come this way because it's more isolated. Don't want him going towards them woods. Okay, I'm going to see if he'll follow on. I'm walking off now. He's coming this way, that's good. You think he hasn't been airborne like that for a little while now. There's a breeze coming towards me. I'm not superstitious, but it is Friday the 13th. He's up there. He's facing the other way. Exactly what I was saying. You can end up chasing the hawk if that weight is a bit up. He's right over there now. It's just a little dot in the distance now. I'll keep my eye on him because if he goes down, I've got a direction where to go. He's been up there 10 minutes. I can only just see him. Getting a bit worried. He'll be in France in a minute. Okay, he's just done a dive. The other side of them woods there somewhere. I'll just give him a minute and then I've got a bit of a hunt going on now. A few pigeons coming up. Just got to decide whether to drive or walk. Got the transmitter, got the receiver turned right up, and we're getting a faint signal that way. Right, I've got to somehow smash my way through this wood and get down into that next valley. So I'm getting a better signal now. This way, because we're up high now. I thought I caught a glimpse of him just now, and by chance we've got a little path going down there, and that is just what we need on Friday the 13th. Sometimes, by the time you get to your hawk, it's gone back the other way. That's where we want to go. Now, how are we going to get in there? 3:15. It's been missing since 1 o'clock. I've been miles over that way by that mast right over there, triangling a course for him. He's been all over the place. He's come back to where I was on the tracking from what I could see. And I finally got a glimpse of him in that tree there. I'm hoping that he hasn't eaten and he's going to come straight to the glove. Woody, let's go home.